Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I'm looking this morning at a book from Lexis Nexis Butterworth's. It's this book here, a green cover. It's a heavy book, 1400 pages. It's Bingham and BERRYMAN'S 13th edition of personal injury and motor claims cases. Forget about this little thing at the front. It's just advertising for the online service that they offer. You can see the names of the people listed there. The book is very much in accordance with what we expect from Butterworth. There's the contents page. You can see very detailed cases. Then you've got a very interesting structure with paragraph numbers for the actual cases, which makes life a lot easier when you're trying to find something. Then when you go to the back of the book, you've then got a detailed index, which I think is very helpful, bearing in mind the complexity of this subject. The Flickr review here is written by my wife Elizabeth and myself. I spend a lot of time on this type of case in my county court practice mainly, and I expect to see this book in court when I'm in front of the judge. And therefore, if I have a quantum or liability issue, I need to know what's in here. And of course now you've got the added help of the online system. We've given it a title, Involved in Motor Claims or Personal Injury Claims Generally. This is the Pre-Eminent Practitioner's Guide plus instant online access. And what we're saying is this: if you're a practitioner, advisor or representing some form of client in a motor or personal injury claim, this book is not merely a necessity, it's invaluable for all aspects of litigation. Spend your time on practice, not research, says the blurb at the front. And we couldn't agree more. This book does what all good law books do, and it does indeed save you time, and it's got a lot, it crystallises the cases, got a lot of the cases in that we would want to have a quick look at. Those of you who are familiar with this now venerable and established work of reference will be pleased that the format remains the same as recent editions and is divided into insurance, liability, practice and procedure, quantum and costs. So it's all together in one place, which is quite useful rather than flitting about in different publications. Almost every chapter has been updated in order to deal with recent legal developments, and with the number of chapters having increased from 38 to 40, the new 13th edition presents over 1,300, in fact nearly 1,400 pages of virtually everything you'll need to know when you represent a client on PI or motor claim cases. There's obviously the RTAs, as we sometimes call them. Within this scope, a considerable amount of new material has been added, and I think one area that's very important is the large volume of case law accumulated pertaining to credit hire agreements, which have been litigated, and there's a lot of controversy at the moment about what you can and can't claim. Obviously there are financial implications on credit hire for motor claims generally. Fraud too has built up its own body of case law and is well represented here. And so, not surprising, credit hire and fraud merit their own chapters now, and there's a wealth of other new material, including examination of the continuing development of the law of Part 36 settlements with respect to recent decisions, and also it deals with a good chapter on costs, which is always a perennial for us. So for purposes of representation and advising clients or pursuing a rigorous research project, this, in our view, is certainly the definitive and authoritative legal reference to consult. The expected research tools are all in place, including copious and extensive tables, which I showed you earlier, statutes, SIs and European legislation. So for the PI practitioner, someone like myself, or anyone involved in PI and motor claims, including insurance professionals who I think should know about this, this book should be regarded as an essential acquisition. Also of interest and designed and developed to save you even more time are the continually updated online practice notes with precedents and current awareness, which is available from Lexis Nexis. The laws as stated at October 2010, and this work in our view remains the Pre-Eminent Practitioner's Guide. It's what I see on the bench. Things aren't going to change much, so if you want to get a few brownie points, get this one under your belt before you go in and do your case. Thank you very much. Bye bye.